What up, though, fam? It's T with my soul to yours. We are on day 2 of our monthly vlog. Is that? Anyway, we are on day 2 of my posting a video every month. Let's see how it goes. But we are going to start, as usual, with some orders that came in yesterday. We had one straggle in today. It is 12:44. I got to the office a little late. Told you guys I had a doctor's appointment. But we are going to start with our eBay orders. We have 8 going out for a total of $464.13. So let's get these done because I text my postman and he's going to be here soon. So the first pair we have going out are these Earth Corso. I told you guys about this brand before. Earth. Not Spirit of Earth, just Earth. That has this Corso technology in it. And I took a best offer of $35 for these. And these sat for 28 days. So, not too bad. I had them listed for $39.99. Someone sent an offer of 35 bucks. And I let them go. Can't beat that. Got these from the bins. I think I got like, probably like 7 or 8 pair of the brand at in one day. Maybe somebody had just, donated their whole collection. And I was happy to pick those up because they do sell well. They do sell well. All right, next up is another brand I don't know if we've ever talked about, but it's a good brand as well. And the brand is Joya. 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 Nice little orthotic shoe. Always has like those, they call these rocker heels, like cradle rockers or something like that. But I love picking them up because they do sell. So if you guys see them out while you're outsourcing, look them up and give them a try. Like I said, I love picking them up. I'll pick them up every time I see them. And these sold for 40 bucks. Got these from the bins as well. Let's see if they'll fit in the padded envelope. They might be a little bit too thick. Yeah, that's a little bit too tight of a squeeze. So I'll just double bag them in my poly bag. And a viewer asked a question about shipping in poly bags, and have I ever received negative feedback? And the honest answer to that is no. Like I have not. I have a 99.7% feedback rate, and that's only because someone gave me a negative feedback because they said the shoes were dirty, which you guys know I take lots of pictures and I put it in my description. So, that, and it was another one. I can't remember exactly what it was for, what they said, but nothing has ever come from me shipping in poly bags. I've even on Poshmark, I haven't had any complaints about it. So like I said, I'll keep doing it until it becomes an issue, but I haven't had any problems with it. All right, guys, next up we have, let's see what's next on the list. All right, next up we have a pair of Crocs. These sat for 8 days. These are the Crocs City Lane Roca. You guys know I love picking up my Crocs. They don't sell for a whole lot. I had these listed for $29.99. Someone sent an offer for 20 bucks. I countered back with $27.99. And then they sent an offer back for 25 bucks. So these are going out for $25. And again, they did not sit very long. Pick these up from the bins. In case you guys don't know, if you're new here, welcome. I get majority of my items from the bins. And our bins price for shoes is $3.49. But with tax, it makes it $3.71. So yeah, $3.71 to 25 bucks. Gross sale, of course. That's not profit. But still, you know, can't complain. It moved fast, and you know, it's a few extra bucks in my wallet, which I think we all could use. So not too bad. I'm not going to complain. You know, every item is not going to be a home run. You know, you're not going to have, you know, $100, $200 items in your store only. You know, because that might turn off the small buyer. You know, who's to say? So, you know, I like to keep a variety. I think I've told you guys before, like, my main goal is to profit $20 per sale. A lot of times, sorry, I was out the camera grabbing some shoes. A lot of times it's definitely more than $20. So, you know, it when, you know, I get those kind of sales, $25 and a profit of, you know, $11 or $12. You know, it more than makes up for it. Like this one. Guess what, guys? This one came from the Feet to Heat Challenge. Woo! We are on the books again. These are a pair of socks. You guys know I love picking up this brand. And these are the Timeout model. And these sold for $53.99. So just going, you know, by what I was just talking about with the $25 sale. And now these are $53.99. Same buy cost, $3.71. So my profit is definitely more than $20. But yeah, I'll have to update my totals with the Feet to Heat Challenge. So yeah, I'm glad to see these going out. Again, they went out for $53.99. And you guys know these weren't listed long because we just started the Feet to Heat Challenge, right? So I'm smiling about that. All right, let's see what we have up next. Let's get this label printed out. And I do charge shipping on all of my items. No free shipping here. I do returns though. I put them for 14-day buyer pays return shipping. So if they do come back, you know, it's not coming out of my pocket. All right, up next we have, up next we have this pair of Adidas Ultra Boost. These are the Ultra Boost 20s. And these sat for a while. I don't know why. But they did. And I took a best offer yesterday of 32 bucks. And I think I had them listed for $39.99. So I took it. You know, 32 bucks is 32 bucks, right? I won't complain about it. I will not. I hope you guys are doing well today. I had a doctor's appointment earlier. Everything went well. So happy about that. I was diagnosed last year with type 2 diabetes. And like, when I tell you guys, like, I was heartbroken, like, seriously. And because, you know, I'm 52 years old. So I'm like, man, I waited, you know, this long to be diagnosed with diabetes. But it runs in my family. Like, my dad had it, my sister has it, my brother has it. And I'm like, oh, you know, I got away with it. But nope, I did not. Finally caught up to me. And like I said, I was heartbroken, like, seriously. And my A1C was like 11 or something like that. And she was like, the doctor was like, oh, you need to get on insulin today. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? But yeah, had to be on insulin. They put me on metformin, which, I mean, like, when I tell you guys, I could barely get out of bed with that medication. It was horrible. So I had to go back. I said, hey, I can't take this. And then I just did a complete lifestyle change. I was weighing, don't tell anybody, I was weighing 309 pounds, guys. 309 pounds. And today I'm at 236. And this is all within a span of like 7 or 8 months. So, you know, so if you see me doing this a lot, because my clothes are so big, but, you know, I don't want to throw them out. Plus, I just work in these, so, you know, whatever. But all is well. All is well. Okay, enough about that. Let's get back to these orders and see what we have going out next. All right, we have this pair of Nike Vapor Max going out. Sorry if I keep getting off camera, guys, but this is just real life. These are, again, Vapor Max. And they sold for 40 bucks. I got these from a Facebook Marketplace pickup a while ago when I got all of those Air Force Ones that are still, by the way, not on listed. I don't know. Someone wants to buy them, send me an offer. Let's make a deal. Anyway, these went out for 40 bucks. So happy to see these go. And yeah, our next item going out, I also got from this Facebook Marketplace pickup. And these are some Air Jordans. These are the, a shoe fell over there, guys. These are the Jordan 1s. And I believe they sold for $60. Let's see. Let's get this right and accurate. These sold for $64.99. And I think my average cost of goods with that pickup was somewhere around $5.50 per pair. So great profit margin there. I won't complain about that. Now these I will put in a box. Just because people are sometimes picky about their Jordans. I'm not a big sneaker person per se, so Jordans are, you know, never really been my thing. I think I have 2 pairs or something like that. The only ones I liked, I think they're the Jordan 3s or the 4s, or see how much I know. But like I said, I will put these in a box. And of course, I don't have any tape in here. So let me go grab some tape and I'll be right back. All right, fam, I'm back. Got those all boxed up and put away. The next I think this is our last item going out on eBay. These are a pair of Tiva. I know you guys know that brand. But these are a pair of Tiva sandals, and the model is the Vera. And these did not sit long at all. I had them listed for $34.99. I sent out a best offer, a 10% best offer. And that's what I usually, send out on the first go round is 10%. And the buyer accepted, and they sold for $31.49. So, happy to see these go. And I bought these from the bins as well. And these were listed for 17 days. So, it's January. Sandals are still selling. So, don't be afraid to get them listed, guys. I list all year round. I list boots in the summer and sandals in the winter. Somebody's going on vacation somewhere. Or it may not even be cold where, everyone is. So just look at it that way. I don't sit on inventory. And this is going to Indiana. So I know it's cold there. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't sit on inventory. If I have it, it's worth listing, I'm listing it. Yeah. And that's that. All right, we are going to start on our Poshmark orders. And the first one we have going out are these UFOs. These were also from the Feet to Heat challenge. We also purchased those for the challenge. Second pair going out. We getting it. So I will have to update later what our new totals are for the challenge. And these went out for $40. These are the UFOs Ooh La La. You guys, that's the logo there. And yeah, that's the model, the Ooh La La. Ooh La La. But yeah, I love picking up UFOs. They are a pretty good brand, especially when you can get them with like this cheetah leopard print that was on these. So we love picking those up. I'll put these in a bubble mailer and get these on out. So one thing, like, and you guys let me know if I'm doing something wrong, but the one thing about Poshmark is like you can't print from their app. So you have to go to your email and print the label. I mean, it's no big deal, but it would be a little bit easier to just be able to print from the app. But Poshmark, if you're listening, and again, maybe you can. Maybe I just don't know. All right, we have another pair of UFOs going out. Again, that's the logo there. And these are the UFOs OMG Easies. And these sold for $41. These weren't listed long either. And what I call long is over 90 days. So these definitely sat less than 90 days. Which is great. We love to see that. So guys, I did decide to still keep with my 8 listings per day. I'll give it another month to see, if that's what's really working, and to, still try to decrease my decrease my store. Well, the amount of inventory that I have in my store. So we're gonna do that. But I'm gonna be honest with you. If I see numbers slipping anywhere, I'm going to increase my listings again. I just wanted to do it, you know, fully for that 1 month, that January, and see how that worked out. All right, we have a pair of Converse going out. Not too much I can say about Converse, and these were in great condition. Got these from the bins. I had them listed for 35 bucks. Lady sent an offer for 25 bucks. I countered with 30. No, I countered with 31, which would have been near 10%. And she offered 30. And I took it. So you know, with Poshmark, their fees are a flat 20%. So I'll end up with $24 after the sale. So you just deduct your buy cost, and that's your profit there. So again, you know, not too much profit, but you know, about 15 bucks. I'll take it. All right, guys, this is our last order going out on Poshmark, and I'm gonna, you know, I always post the pictures up. You'll see the picture of these. These were listed so long ago. I was glad I still had them. I didn't know if they were gonna be here or not, but these are some Minnetonka boots, and I used to love picking up Minnetonka, but they just don't sell well for me anymore. But these sold for 39 bucks. So can't beat that. And they're actually brand new. But they just sat forever. All right, guys, I think I might put these in a box. Let's see how far they're going. And that sometimes will determine, you know, if I put them in a box or not. If you guys didn't know, I am located here in Michigan, and these are going to Florida. So I will probably box these up. And yeah, that's it. So just gonna take them downstairs, take all the packages downstairs, wait for the postman to get here. And in the meantime, I'm gonna see what I need to get into. I have probably about 25 shoes that I have lined up that need to be cleaned. So I'm gonna box these up, and then we're gonna start some cleaning. All right, fam, we are going to get some shoe cleaning done. I have my shoes lined up on the table here. We're probably gonna do about 10 pair today. Yeah, because I wanna go thrifting. I mean, we got some money in the bank from the Feet to Heat challenge, so I wanna get out and see what I can find. I still have to update you guys on the profit that we have. So what I'm going to do is, I think last time we had 32, 34 in profit, and I still have to add what sold today or yesterday, whatever, to that list, and then I'll probably take like 10 or 15%, you know, out of the pot to go and find something new. So that's motivating me to hurry up and get these 10 pair cleaned and pictured and listed for my draft bank. But nothing too special sitting behind. No, I take that back. Guys, you know I love picking up Converse, right? These are even better. Let me try and get a good visual for you guys. It's hard doing this with one hand. But these Converse, can you guys see that? Probably not. But I'll take a picture of it. These Converse are made in the USA, so they're vintage. and I found 4 pair at the bins. Like, people will just pass them up. I'm telling you a secret. Don't tell everybody though. Don't tell everybody. But these are made in the USA, and they're pretty valuable. So I love picking those up. Let's see what else we have. We have a pair of Sambas. You know, these sell very quickly. We have a pair of wrestling shoes. You guys know I love picking up wrestling shoes. So, yeah, I'm going to get these done, and then maybe we'll go thrifting. What you think about that? I think it's a great idea. So let me hurry up and get what I need to be done. And my postman still is not here. So, anyway, let me get this done. Run out. My postman just came. Thank you. So that means we are definitely going to do a little thrifting. That just made me want to speed up. So we have 3 done already. And some of these on the table, they need some leather cleaner. But I ran out of my I ran out of my Dr. Martens balsam. I mean, I guess if they sponsored me, probably would never run out. But I ordered some and it came today, so I'll have to get those done. Now, remember I was showing you the Converse. These I will leave just as is. I won't even touch them because they're vintage. People like to see them like that. And they're cracking. Like on the midsoles. I don't know if you guys can see it. I can't see it with my glasses on up close either. So, I'm trying to show you guys. But it is some cracking on here. I saw it. And I saw it when I picked it up. But anyway, they are cracking somewhere. I don't know. But they are. But I'll just leave these. Oh, here it is right here. If you guys can see that. It's cracking. Right up in there. But I will leave these as is. I will brush them off just a little bit. And I may or may not put laces in them. It just, the bright white laces just takes away from the vintage look. So I'll just photograph them, you know, just like that. With the tongue, little tongue sticking out like that. Now I'll just photograph them just like that, and definitely, you know, take pictures of the flaws and everything else. So yeah, that's how I do these vintage Converse. I have a pair that I got for free off of a Facebook marketplace pickup, and they're size 17 extra wide. And they've been sitting since probably last summer. But I think I have them listed for $199 or something like that. And that's one that I'll just sit on. That right buyer will come along and make that purchase. Hopefully, since I'm talking about it, it'll come to fruition. You know how you talk about something or see something, and then the next thing you know, maybe I need to go and touch all of my shoes so they'll all sell. What do you guys think about that? Sometimes it works that way. Like I can go in, like in one of my boxes that I'm pulling an order for, and I can go in there and see a shoe or touch a shoe, And the next thing I know, it's sold. I love it when it happens like that. I do. These are a pair of limbs. If you guys don't know this brand, limbs. Very, very good brand. They do have some wear on the bottoms. And I think this lighting is terrible. Like, I have these recessed lights in the office. You see that? And it's always like a glare. But you guys know I'm not a professional, so. But yeah, these have a little bit of wear on the bottoms. Oh, and they have hair on the inside. What's the worst part of cleaning shoes for you? For me, that's it. That's because it's so time consuming. And I try not to pick up shoes anymore that has like a ton of probably pet hair. I'm hoping that's what it is on the inside, but like that's the worst for me is doing that. But we do it anyway. So like for shoes like this, like these are like hiking sandals. These are some Tevas. We just sold a pair today. And they always have like rocks and stuff on the soles. So I'll just take a hard brush, brush them out. I use my scissors to like pick out rocks and stuff like that. So you see, wasn't too bad. But they do have like, you know, sand and dust on the inside. So I will just brush that down and wet it down and clean it out. So yeah, this is our fourth pair. This is number 5. So we're halfway through it. Halfway through the cleaning process. See, like, you see that dirt and grime under there? And just usually just a good hard brush down we'll get that out of there. See? There's a couple of rocks in there. I'll get those out. Yeah. All right, let me hurry up because I know this is probably boring for you guys. But this is what I do. But let me I'm glad a lot of these don't need a whole bunch of cleaning. Like these, just a leather pair, just wipe it down with a damp towel. And then wipe it down with a dry towel. And yeah, that's all that needed. I love it when it's like that. And I am trying to be more intentional about picking up shoes that only need, you know, just a small amount of cleaning. Like I told you guys, I'm stuffing my shoes as I'm cleaning them now. Sometimes some slip away and I still have to, you know, do it when I'm packing. But for now, you know, going forward, this is what I'm doing. Just stuffing them up. Yeah. So guys, tell me what you want to see. What you want to see on the channel. What you want to see in this 28, 29 days that I'm going to be doing a vlog every day. I am going to be answering some of you guys' questions. I just didn't get a chance to go through all the comments again. Forgive me. So from today forward, drop your questions. All right, fam. So we have our cleaning done for today. Now it is time to go to the bin. It's almost 4 o'clock, so I need to hurry up because our bins closes at 6 o'clock. It's going to take me about 25 minutes to get there, so I'm not going to have a whole lot of time. But I did add up our Feet to Heat Challenge sales, and we have a profit of $105. I'm looking at my notes. We have a profit of $105.47. So I am going to take probably like 20% out the bank, you know, out of our Feet to Heat Challenge bank, and do some thrifting. So that should be what, like $21 or something. So that's enough to buy us about 5 pairs of shoes. So let's hurry up and get going and see what we can find at the bins. Catch you soon. All right, guys, we are at the bins. It is 4:20. Not too many people here because these are leftovers from Saturday. So let's just see if we can find a few pair for our challenge. Okay, fam, I am kicking myself. I don't know why I thought it was Tuesdays. I didn't realize it until I was telling you guys that it's Monday going into the bins that is leftovers from Saturday. Anyway, we got 3 pair and we spent $11.10. There's a Value World right across the street, so I might run over there to see what we can get with our $9. And don't look at my hands there, Ashley. I just put some hand sanitizer on them. But anyway, let me show you what we got. We picked up this pair of Olakai boots. I know you guys know Olakai by now. We picked up these LL Bean slippers. I love picking those up. And we did get the dirty Ultra Range Vans. So yeah, that's our 3 pair. Well, my heat may be up too high. Well, that was a bust. We didn't find anything in there. And it happens like that sometimes, so I'm not disappointed. Yeah, things were just a little bit out of my budget today for the Feet to Heat Challenge, so we didn't get anything. Yeah, I have to drop off a package at FedEx and go home and edit this video and try and get it out for you guys tonight. So if you enjoy the content, guys, I appreciate all of my 2,177 subscribers. I do appreciate you guys. Like I said earlier, tell me what you want to see. Tell me what you want to hear. Ask me anything. And yeah, that's it. Please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.